18 people have been killed after a plane crashed and caught fire while it was taking off from Nepal's capital of Kathmandu. The flight was headed for Pokhara as part of a routine maintenance check. It crashed at about 11:15 a.m. local time, a mere few minutes after it took off from the Tribhuvan International Airport. The Saurya Airlines test flight was carrying 17 company employees, including technical staff as well as 2 crew members. The pilot, who is currently receiving treatment in hospital, is the only survivor of this fatal accident. He was rescued from the burning wreckage. 17 of those who died were Nepalese nationals, while one was a Yemeni national who was working as an engineer. Footage of the incident showed the plane tilting above the runway before crashing into the ground into flames. It quickly became enveloped into fire and smoke. Fire engines and ambulances were promptly rushed to the spot after the incident. Photos of the aftermath show rescue workers making their way through the wreckage, with large parts of the plane completely blackened and charred. Nepal's aviation industry has a poor safety record. Remember how at least 68 people were killed when a Yeti Airlines flight had crashed while landing at Pokhara in January last year. The state of Nepal's civil aviation industry has been attributed to multiple factors over the years, from unpredictable weather to lax regulations. With this, we ask what was behind this crash. Bhadra Sharma, journalist, is joining us live. We also have Crew Captain UK Devnath, defense expert, live with us. Uttam Kumar Bose, former president and CEO, Air Sahara Airlines, is live with us as well. Let me bring you in here first. Bhadra Sharma, what really has transpired? What is believed to be the cause of this accident in Nepal?
Okay, it's not, sure actually what was the cause of this crash this time. Probe panel has been formed. Maybe that will figure out. But initial reports have surfaced in media that the aircraft was going to Pokhara for regular checkup. It means all the deceased, they are the staff member of the airlines company. So right now it's not, I think the right time to tell or give the exact reason why this accident happened here.
Bhadra Sharma, also, as far as, this incident is concerned, it happened very soon after takeoff, is pilot error being suspected? Is bad weather being suspected? What was the weather in Kathmandu like?
Weather was pretty perfect today. There was no rain actually, and everyone was surprised to see or to hear the news about the crash. That too less than a minute after the aircraft took off from the Kathmandu airport. It was supposed to land in Pokhara, but this crash means this incident happened just outside the airport.
Absolutely. Now, Nepal has a very poor track record, Bhadra Sharma. Why, are no remedial steps taken despite accident after accident?
Yeah, that's a matter of the serious probe actually. Air travel means traveling by plane is considered one of the safest mode of travel all over the world, but that's not the case in Nepal, because let's say every year major aviation crash, or at least aircraft, means the airlines crash, reports of airline crash here in Nepal. Every year, at least there is one incident of aircraft crashes here. This means we shouldn't feel shame that Nepal has a very poor record of air safety in Nepal. Many experts been, arguing, or they've been coming up with their conclusion. There are several reasons, particularly Nepal is a mountainous country where, the pilots should be really experienced one. Actually, Nepal's pilots have the very good track record. They are considered one of the best pilots wherever they go. Once they are able to operate the airlines in Nepal, they are considered fit for any countries, because they need to take the airlines to a remote part of the country. And then obviously the rough topography of the countries would be one of the reason. And it's not easy to predict the weather all the time. That could be another reason. And
Yes.
recently, some aviation experts they've been blaming that Nepal's Civil Aviation Authority, who has been performing its dual responsibilities. Actually, the aviation uh, authority that has been bearing the dual responsibilities. It is, working as a regulatory body. At the same time, it is also working as the service providers, which means they say there is a kind of conflict of interest in performing the responsibilities. Reason is that this aviation authority is assigned to regulate all the airdoms, I mean the aircrafts and airlines companies. At the same time, it also operates the airports and the aviation as well. That's why they say it's not fair that way.
Okay.
And they have been suggesting the government to decouple, means to separate the aviation authorities, so that there could be two different entities, one for the regulating and another is a service provider. For that purpose, uh, two bills have been actually tabled at the parliament, but they are yet to be endorsed from the parliament. That's why the aviation authorities is still, uh, bearing two sort of responsibilities. And the, just, to run the Nepal's aviation ad hoc basis, both the Civil Aviation Authority of Nepal and airlines companies, they are responsible, the experts say, because the, uh, you know, aviation authority that has been responsible, that has been actually mobilizing the huge amount of money for these two purposes, for these two responsibilities. That's why the aviation authorities, they do not want to decouple this institution. At the same time, aviation means the airlines companies also, they are benefiting from the weak performance or weak regulation of the civil aviation authority. That's why there is a kind of, you know, uh, there is a kind of benefits for both the actors. That's why aviation authorities blamed for not performing well.
Yes. Okay, let me get in Group Captain Devnath as well for his first take. Group Captain Devnath, shocking crash in Kathmandu, a tragedy playing out there, very close to the runway of the Tribhuvan International Airport. What did you make of the incident? What do you believe is the reason, sir?
Aviation accidents in Nepal have taken place in the past mostly due to bad weather. The mountainous terrain, it needs ultimate skill from the pilot to maneuver his aircraft and land on a runway. Because during approach and landing, there are mountains on either side of the approach. In this instant, videos show that weather at that time was okay. So weather most probably is not a cause in today's accident. Some of the accidents have taken place while the aircraft were taking off or landing in Nepal from runways which are very short. I mean, at the end of landing run, when the aircraft stops, or after, during takeoff, when the aircraft unsticks and separates from ground and starts climbing up, hardly any runway is left. So some of the accidents in Nepal were considered attributable due to very short runway length. But Kathmandu runway is almost of international standards. This aircraft was taking off. So no further details are available. But once the FDR, that is flight data recorder, is recovered, or the CVR, cockpit voice recorder, is recovered and is interpreted by the competent authorities, then exact call will be known. I was in Air Force as a pilot. I served in Air Force for 34 years, and during takeoff, a large number of accidents, I mean, many accidents during takeoff are caused due to engine failure during takeoff. That could be a cause in today's accident, that when the pilot was taking off, one of the engines failed and thereafter it crashed subsequently. In the rarest of the rare case, during takeoff, there may be a very strong crosswind or wind of gust. You see what happens when the aircraft takes off, normally the wind is coming, natural wind is coming from front. But in case there is a gust, or in case there is a mountainous wave, there is a crosswind from the side of the aircraft. And this crosswind may hit the aircraft, the air pocket stick. So the moment he left the ground after unstick, if he is hit by a gust of wind or by a whirlwind pocket of unstable turbulent aircraft, which may be due to upward or downward movement of the air, one of the wings may drop. If we see the video very carefully, we can see that he has left the ground and then his one of the wings is dipped. This is a sign that probably he has hit a gust of wind which was coming from across, from side of the aircraft. Very, very rare case, this also happens that in case the speed of the aircraft is very less during unstick, that means he has taken off. I'll give an example. This type of aircraft normally will unstick and climb away when his speed is about 120 kilometer. But suppose due to some reason his speed is less than 120 kilometer, say his speed is only 110 kilometer or 100 kilometer, then the aircraft may stall. The stall phenomena, this word is used by pilots when the speed of the aircraft is less than the lift generating speed of the aircraft, which is required to keep the aircraft buoyant in the air. So aircraft stalls, and one of the peculiar characteristics of the stall is one of the wing drops, either right wing drops or left wing drops. Normally, a pilot is trained to overcome these kind of a situation. But these are the reasons because of which accident may have taken place today. Exact cause will be known once the FDR and the CVR is analyzed. Yes.
Absolutely. But, you know, now talking of the track record of Nepal Group, Captain Devnath, it's pretty abysmal, isn't it? The fact that they've not got their act in order despite repeated accidents, the last of which was last year, you know, in which over 65 people died. Group Captain Devnath?
Yes, Uday.
Yes.
Yes, Uday, the ICAO, that is ICAO, International Civil Aviation Authority, has repetitively cautioned the aviation authorities and the Civil Ministry of Nepal that the flying condition, the environment there, and the prevailing culture of flight safety leaves much to be desired in Nepal. DGCA, that is the Director General of Civil Aviation in India, also had offered our help by our consultants and our aviation, that is engineering experts and pilot experts, so that number of accidents in Nepal could be brought down, curtailed, minimized, brought to zero. However, due to internal political reason, the civil aviation authorities at Nepal did not accept that offer from DGCA of India. See, like we have Airport Authority of India, AAI. Nepal also must build up a robust airport authority. They must build up one Nepal Civil Aviation Authority, and most important, there must be a very, very strong inspecting authority, that is a regulatory mechanism to ensure that pilots are properly trained, they are not untrained, or technicians especially are properly trained, they are not less qualified technicians. Apparently it is happening in Nepal that spare part shortage is there. All these aircraft, when spare parts are not available, old spare parts are just cleaned and rotated and fitted back after, you know, some basic raw maintenance. It has also come to notice in the past, I'm talking about 20 odd accidents which have taken place in Nepal in last since 2000, wherein the maintenance practices were found to be they had taken certain shortcut just to ensure that the aircraft is airborne at that time. So this kind of a shortcut will be taken by technical crew also, or they will use a spare part which is of doubtful authenticity. So a regulatory mechanism must be brought in by Nepal government. Government of India has always offered them expertise from Indian consultants, our aviation experts. Probably time has come that Government of India and Nepal government work together to arrive at a regulatory mechanism to help them.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.